Drive with your lights on. That's how to ensure your safe arrival. That's our Drive Safe campaign. Of course, is International Women's Day. And so it has to be special and international. I introduced to you my guests helping us with the review this morning. But usually we would have brought you Say It Right, brought to us by Koba Payments app, Koba, our life simplified, and Kingdom Books. A Kingdom quality and affordability is their hallmark. Say It Right. It's back tomorrow, God willing. But in the studio, I've got Linda Ando, who is communications manager, Total Petroleum Ghana Limited, and Maureen Shre is a professional law student. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Mama V.
And happy International Women's Day to you.
Happy International
Same to you,
Women's
Mama
Day
V.
to you too.
Thank you.
It's great to be here this morning.
Yeah.
On a day that we are celebrating the achievement of women globally.
And we're breaking the bias.
Indeed.
We need to.
It's very important for us to call out such biases whenever we experience them, or whenever we even see other women experiencing these biases, because some women may be fortunate enough to not have to experience such unpleasant biases, but it's important for us to be each other's keeper, our sister's keeper, and just actively call out biases when you see it happening in workplace, in schools, even in the homes.
Absolutely.
Very important. Yes.
Yeah. Anything you want to share? Any personal experiences?
Definitely, as a public speaking coach myself, I would say that breaking that bias in the speaking industry generally about how a woman can be also articulate herself properly and just assert herself properly in a world where dominantly men are the ones who are used to being in communication roles. It's very important for me to also see women like myself, like you, Mama V, and even as Mrs. Andor here, being in communication roles, reinforcing the narrative that whatever men can do, women can even do better. So it's really important for me as a public speaking champion myself, and as someone who is looking to work in the industry, to see other women like myself in places that I would like to see myself, and not simply see a world where male dominates all the time.
Okay, great. Linda, I'll come to you in terms of what you make of the theme for this year's International Women's Day, but there are lots of stories that we can connect with in the newspaper. So straight away, let's start with the Daily Graphic.
Okay, so on today's front page, Daily Graphic, we have Professor Kwesi Botre saying that there's no need to panic over the economic challenges we're facing currently. And there's also a beautiful photo of former First Lady Nana Agyemang Rawlings, Nana Kunedu Agyemang Rawlings, and Kosi Yankee Ayer, and Mary Chenry Hesse, and they are advocating for conscious agenda in getting women into leadership roles.
That's in line
There's also
with what the day is.
Exactly the theme for today. There's also the story of 2 policemen sniffed out in bullion van attacks. And there's also the story of a chief, 4 others shot over alleged chieftaincy disputes in Tamale. And then the back page, we have Jospon Group gives 5 million Ghana cedis grant for sanitation research. And then there's also construction of Obechedi Lamte interchange. Stakeholders discuss settlement plan for property owners.
All right, Maureen.
Definitely, the National Petroleum Authority, the CEO, that's Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid. He has invited oil investors from Dubai, that's the United Arab Emirates, and he is saying that they should take advantage of Ghana's favorable petroleum industry. And he pledged that the government would actually reduce the corporate taxes from 35% to 15% after a 10-year tax holiday. So this is us again trying to get more revenue for the country, and it's important again to realize that even in such oil industries or sectors, women are properly represented to make sure that every single person is heard and on that team. Yes, definitely.
So this is in the New Crusading Guide.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
All right.
Okay, and then in today's Finder, there's also the story of police bust bullion van robbery gang. And Professor Kwesi Botre is also here. He's talking about the fact that government must resist solutions that would delay hard decisions. Negative propaganda against e-levy has affected Ghana's credit worthiness, and obviously you know that this is from the finance minister Oforiatta. There's also an interesting story about NPP youth wing to raise funds in support of Ghanaian students in Ukraine. Very interesting. And then dramatic domestic resource mobilization needed for accelerated development, and this is from the president Nana Akufo-Addo. There's also NPA protests investors with robust regulatory system, and this is from the CEO.
All right, I guess that's a wrap for the
Yeah,
finder.
for the finder.
All right. What other paper do you have, Maureen?
Currently, I have BNFT, that's the Business and Financial Times, and we're actually marking a year since the first batch of the AstraZeneca vaccine doses arrived here in Ghana. And we have Barbara Neal being the country president for Africa, saying how proud she is that she has been able to contribute to making sure that people in countries like Ghana and even India are properly vaccinated. And we see that even in Ghana, women make the majority of the population, as well as in India. So it's important that, again, women are factored in all these decisions that we are making. And I'm just glad that 2 years on from the onset of the pandemic, we are seeing much better when it comes to number of cases, the number of deaths. We are making improvements. And again, it goes back to how the health sector, which has women, a lot of women, again, they are really being the backbone of the world currently. So again, I'm really proud of all women, and on this special day, we applaud them, all women in the health sector.
And it's interesting, it's been a year since we got those shots coming in. And is it because of the situation in Ukraine? That's why we seem to not dwell so much on COVID.
I think we needed that. It's unfortunate it's happening, but I think there was so much focus on it, and it was about time. Maybe it's unfortunate that it's the war in Ukraine. Is it a war?
Maybe
that has taken people's
my
minds
child
off.
was asking, is it then war now?
No. But I think that people have gotten to the point where they need something to distract them or take their minds off the pandemic, because it's been quite a while. We need to be able to move on in life, or maybe find a way of living with the pandemic.
Yeah, true. Well, do you have more papers to look into?
Yes, I have the Daily Statesman, and there's also the story of Kwesi Botry, IMF not option to revive economy. There's also the story of the 2 policemen implicated in bullion van robberies. And Reverend Amfo Akono says foreign loans not answer to our challenges. And something positive here, the president is saying that we are capable. He's urging joint efforts for economic rebound. And for the sports fans, Manchester United provide graphic illustration of rebuilding job required in abject defeat at Man City.
Okay. So I like that twist, because when you said good news and you said Man United, I knew it was definitely not good news. But there's a twist there. So they're working on it.
The good news was from the president encouraging us, or giving us the assurance that yes, Ghana is capable.
So do you have a pick? Any stories that you want to highlight? I think there was something in the Daily
Yes, I think I'd want to, today being International Women's Day, I think I'd look at the story on the front page of the Daily Graphic, which has Nana Konadu-Agyeman-Rawlings, Kosi Yankee Aye, Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Enterprises Agency, and Mary Chinri Hesse, Chancellor of the University of Ghana. They are advocating that there should be a conscious agenda to get women into leadership roles. And I think that this couldn't have come at a more perfect time. Women have been working hard since Adam. It even goes, you can talk about, stories from the Bible and all that, but it's been such a challenge, getting to the positions that we rightly deserve to be. Sometimes you find yourself in, and it's just not in the corporate world, in churches, even in women's football. You have to, deliberately, you're faced with so many challenges, because there are certain roles that are, in quote, reserved for men. even when a woman is there and she has proven herself that she needs to be put in that role, there would come different challenges, and sometimes it's so surprising that it comes, these challenges and difficulties come from women, our fellow women. You'd expect that if a fellow woman is being given an opportunity, all the women would rally in support of that agenda. But sometimes it's our own fellow women who actually resist that opportunity. They resist, they pull you down, So I think that if we have these women who have played various roles, Grenada Ajiman Rollins is known not just in Ghana. She's a global,
absolutely phenomenal woman.
Exactly. So if they are advocating for that conscious agenda, I think that it's about time. We need to be empowered to take up our roles as women.
Yeah.
Sometimes you know that you deserve it, but because of the challenges that you've faced, you may be tempted to just sit back. But sometimes you have to grab it because you know that it's yours. You need to take up that challenge, whether by force or not. You need to. It's important.
So we have we'll have an interesting conversation. This is just the start of it. We'll run a clinic on the show today with 2 leading women.
Great.
And we want to help ourselves.
Yes.
Because it has to start from us. When we talk about biases, I guess somebody will be looking at the men, but it wouldn't just come from the men.
The men.
It comes also from within.
It does.
So if you're struggling with something, if you think there's something that you're unable to do because you're a woman, we want you to phone in. It could be with your career, something happening at work that you need, maybe a booster, or you need some sort of direction. That's what the conversation will be about, so we can help ourselves. Let's start with us. But Maureen, you're students. So how are you using your platform to change the narrative?
Thank you very much. Again, it's very important that as a woman, when you are given the opportunity to be anywhere, you make sure that you pave the way for other women. And that includes advocating for women who do not have that certain confidence to put themselves in positions where they qualify. And we witnessed how Mrs. Andor was talking about how women would not even put themselves in situations, or other women will pull them down. This is attributed to the fact that these women are also victims of the societal conditioning, where men are always seen to be the dominant gender, or men are always seen to be qualified. So it's really important that as a student and as co-chair of Women in Debate at University of Ghana, when I was a student there, we always made sure to organize seminars and workshops, always empowering women that they can be whatever they want to be, they can do whatever they want to be, and really breaking the biases. And that includes taking the mantle yourself, also going ahead in competitions, even in life, in academics, and breaking the biases that, okay, I'm a woman and I can get first class too, and I'm a woman and I can be valedictorian myself, and I'm a woman and I can do certain things that people restrict it to men being the only ones who can do it. So it's important that even in your personal life, you make it a chance or a mark to actually take those strides and actually challenge the biases that people generally have when it comes to women. And that's why it's really important that we break the bias, we call out biases when we see such biases, and we help other women also come out of the biases that they have, worn unintentionally due to societal conditioning. So it's really important that this year we are all breaking the biases and we are moving forward together as women collectively.
Yes, indeed we are. Let's do the online review now. It's brought to us by Zenith Bank, in your best interest, and Goyle Good Energy. Now, Goyle has good news for you. Goyle is rewarding its prepaid Go Card customers with 2 pesos discounts per litre on fuels. You also enjoy discount on lubricants at Goyle stations nationwide. Elevate your goodness by joining Goyle Go Club today and enjoy up to 3 pesos per litre discount on fuel. Amazing discount on lubricant purchases. Free life insurance cover provided by My Life Insurance. So accrue and contribute loyalty points to a social group to fund an approved CSR project, and above all, enjoy exclusive Goyle branded campaign gifts. Join the Go Club by visiting Goyle stations or offices. Visit their website, registration.goyle.com.gh, and all Goyle social media platforms. Individuals, corporate, family, and social groups, join the Go Club now. Goyle Good Energy. Goyle, ya yedim. So let's look at myjoyonline.com. And PNDC and the Rollins sent people to kill Palmer Buckle, according to Reverend Dr. Opuni Frempom. I was advised against criticizing NPP government because they are vindictive. That's a revelation by Dr. Kwesi Boche. Dakpema, 4 others reportedly shot over chieftaincy disputes. And Ghana would be horrible without the church. That's according to Reverend Do Tete. Plenty more stories on myjoyonline.com. Let's look at citynewsroom.com. And the Dakpema palace attack story is also here. Traditional Council must settle tensions, according to the regional minister. 2 policemen involved in recent bullion van attacks in Accra, according to the police service. And there's 1 person who's been arrested over killing of Oshipi of Ashalaja, others on the run. Let's look at the BBC. UN calls for civilians to be given safe passage. Ukraine accuses Russia of preventing safe evacuations from cities besieged by its forces. Benin frees Nigerian separatists Sunday. Both that stories on my joy on the BBC as well. So if you're interested in any of the stories that you heard, I guess you can visit the site for more. But as we wrap up on this review, Linda and Maureen, first of all, thank you for joining us with the review, with the guys packed. I think we should be doing this more often. There's a story on myjoyline.com about 2 cops among suspects in bullion van robberies, according to the police. Just a little bit of that story. It says the police service says its preliminary investigations have established the involvement of 2 of its officers in some of the cases of bullion van attacks. This is certainly not good. It doesn't inspire hope or anything. I mean, police is supposed to be protecting the people, not robbing from the people.
They are. You know, and honestly speaking, this doesn't come as a surprise to me because of a personal experience I've had. I recently was involved in an accident, and if I tell you what I had to go through at the hands of the police who were handling the case, you would be surprised. And I was a victim because, you know, there were 3 cars involved and I was hit. And you want to do the right thing by going to the police station so that it's reported and that, you know, the necessary, you know, processes can be followed.
Sure.
And you have policemen and women. There was actually a woman who was actually handling the case, demanding money from you. And then you ask yourself the question, I am the victim here. Why do I need to pay you for you to do your job? And if you don't make the payment, of course, you're not getting any receipts for that, because really, they should not be taking money from you.
True.
The kind of stress you would have to go through. I spent 2 full days at the police station after this incident.
2 working days.
2 working days.
2 working days.
You know, and these are people who are supposed to be, you know, law enforcers.
Protecting you.
Exactly.
It means
Why
that
would they put you through?
if you had paid that bribe, you wouldn't have spent 2
I'm
days.
sure I wouldn't have spent 2 minutes in the, you know, at the police station. Why do we need to, you know, why should we have a system like that in Ghana? It's not right. It's wrong. And I don't know what needs to be done. I think the current IGP, Dampari, is doing a good job. So far, I think a lot of Ghanaians are impressed with, you know, his performance.
Right.
I'm hoping that it will trickle down to the people who are directly in charge of the day-to-day running of the service, so that there's a positive impact. People can feel the difference, you know, with their personal engagement with the police on a daily, you know, basis.
Yeah, because IGP can be incredible
At the
Exactly,
top,
at
but
the top.
high there.
yes.
But down there,
Yeah.
what is happening?
Yeah.
And he can't oversee each single person every
Exactly.
time. That's really bad.
Absolutely.
Yes.
He's not in the police
He's not
stations.
exactly.
But that's where we go to.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So, what are you ladies up to today?
Well, I'm fortunate enough to be hosting. I'm actually facilitating the International Women's Day celebration in my company.
Okay.
And we'll be celebrating the achievement of the only female board director of Total Petroleum Ghana PLC, and that is Mrs. Laurette Otre. It would be great, you know, for the female staff to know how she managed to get to the top. You know, sometimes we celebrate the women as heroes from far, but we forget those who are very close to us.
Okay.
Can we tap into, you know, their success stories?
Yes.
What do we learn from them?
Yeah.
How do we get that motivation and inspiration to get to where they are?
Okay.
So
that's a story to pick up a bit later on. But for now, I want to say thank you. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let's
Mama
bring you
P.
the BBC News, brought to us by Fidelity Bank, Believe With Us, and Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
Hey, Everkoku, what brings you to my house this early morning? I hope all is well.
All is never well with me, Nick Bakbo. After paying 3 times for the land for my project, the construction workers are now giving me wahala. From material overestimation to small stealing. I am tired.
I told you so, Everkoku.
It's all because you are trying to become builders when you're corporate workers and business people. Edlum has products tailored to meet your needs. Villas 3 at Amrahia, where there are finished homes, Conveniente, also at Amrahia, where it's contemporary but super affordable apartments. Prices start from $35,000. And the Avant-Garde, located in Adjurigano, which has sleek luxury apartments. For more information, please visit edlumhousing.com or simply call 0270-166-166. Edlum Housing, where spacious homes cost less.
Jack, you know my boss owns a fleet of commercial cars and he drives only brand new vehicles. Latest. Before he hired me, this is what he said. Krachi, my vehicles are my investment. It is a winning, now winning, and you buy any fuel apart from Goil. Waboka, sign this undertaking.
But he was right.
Yes, and he's right. Goil stocks only higher grade fuels, further enriched with XP3, multifunctional enhancer, more efficient, eco-friendly, and at no extra cost. Available at every Goil station at Jibedia.